Hey, good evening. Dan here at stockmarketmentor.com, and it is Wednesday, November 4th, my older brother's 60th birthday, if you can believe that. Obviously, he's about, 15 years older than me. Okay, I want to look at Netflix today, and here's why. Members, I will be talking more about this in tonight's strategy session, as well as some cleaning of the house, I think is probably a good way to put it. But Netflix, this has been, was a strong performer. Here's ultimately where I'm going with this is you really do want to be long Netflix, seriously. Look at the weekly chart. And this was in a long sideways consolidation, big uptrend, great. But as you look at this now, you can see this stock up here, down here, and this is getting ready, in my view, to pop out to a new high. Think about what this is. By the way, I'm having major issues with Cox Cable. I've had issues with Time Warner, and it's just like, dude, give me what I paid for. Your cable boxes don't work, etc., etc. This is just, for me, it's the type of thing where I look at it, I see what's going on, and then I was actually talking to my brother this morning, Gary, and he was talking about how, kids these days, they don't watch ABC, NBC, CBS, blah, blah, blah. They're online. They watch their shows on Netflix. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. Three's Company's on. Back during the day when I was watching TV. The bottom line is the cable industry is rapidly going by the way of the buggy whip. And so, I'm not the guy that's going to bet against some of those cable companies because, frankly, I don't really give a rip. But I will bet on a company like Netflix. I think the stock goes higher. But here's the point. I'm giving you these videos, and they're free. So you can always assume that they're worth at least what you're paying for. But what I'm really talking about is this. Know your time frame. Know your time frame. I've given some great ideas at various points in my 20-year career, but it's amazing how there will be two people, and one of them will make money on the trade, and the other one will lose money on the trade. And the only difference is it's the same stock. The only difference is time frame. So my point is this. And this is really all about you because I'm telling you, I'm trying to give you pearls here. It is all about time frames. I have said this before, probably even in this venue in the free chart of the day. I'll ride this stock down to $50 because I just think, I know the stock's expensive, but I just think this is, even in 2015, this is the wave of the future. I mean it. I think the industry is just starting to accelerate. And so I look at this, and do I sound really, really bullish? Well, yeah, I am, but I'm not getting too lathered up about it. But what I'm saying is, this is my time frame. This is my time frame. You'll note we're going back to 2007. So I will move this thing over. And what I care about is that before we get to the end of the chart here, that's right up here, I got a pretty good feeling that this stock is probably going to be, let's say, maybe a little bit higher than that, probably somewhere up there. My point is, what's your time frame? If you're buying it now at 114 and then in a week it's down to 110, or God forbid 100, and you're saying like, oh my gosh, Dan, you cost me a bunch of money. You have the wrong, your time frame is not matching my analysis. Okay, that's really what I'm trying to say. You want your time frame, and not just my analysis, but any trade you make. What is your time frame? Is it a long-term hold, or is it a short-term, you better work for me or I'm out of here deal? So I'm looking at this longer term, and I'm seeing that ultimately I think this stock's going to move above $1.20, and once it gets above $1.20, it's going to continue to move. There goes the closing bell. Now, what I want you to be doing is this. If you're buying this stock here, you know, it's up at the top of the zigzag here. Where's your stop? I'm not telling you where to put one. I'm just telling you you need to have one because you don't want to risk too much money on one trade. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it helps. The moral of the story is here. Time frame must be included in any analysis, because if it's not, then seriously, how do you know whether you're wrong or not? And how do you know whether you're right, for that matter? Gotta look at your watch, gotta look at the calendar, and I swear intraday time frames, intraday charts sometimes are like the worst thing that can happen to the retail trader. I'll say it again. Intraday charts are sometimes the worst thing that can happen to the retail trader because you get shaken out all day long.